Okay, let's talk about Creator Clash.
Creator Clash, baby.
Okay, and this is what I wanted to say. This is the primary thing.
Mhm.
I think I don't I what's weird is that I didn't see people tweeting about Creator Clash as much as I was expecting. I think maybe like the people that I follow just don't give a shit or something, but I didn't see anybody talking about it. But I thought the basically, I don't know if you saw this, Vosh, but
Mhm.
after the final fight, after iDubbbz's fight with
iDubbbz crying.
yeah, iDubbbz was like took the microphone and was thanking everybody for coming, and he was very emotional. He was crying,
He
and he
was
kind of
clearly rattled from the trolling, bro. Because like the first thing he said when
it
he was
felt that
crying
way.
is like, "I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea," and that's when I was like, "Damn, I feel
He's a
bad. I
he's a
feel bad."
pretty emotional dude. I know like we've all got our like cringeometers up or whatever because of all the drama and shit. I actually really like iDubbbz.
I
Um,
don't. He does
I
not deserve the
I
level of hate. Like,
I
dude,
he's had like a
agree.
really human shift, like all of the stuff he's changed his mind on, leaving aside that it's politically favorable to me, obviously. But I think it like looking at it, I think it's just really easy to empathize with where he's at and what he's been thinking.
I agree, and I actually I think he is. Feel like he has gotten too much undue hatred. Like I think like I don't know why it became commonplace to say, "Oh, iDubbbz took the L." I think it did really spawn out of his like Sam Hyde feud or
of
whatever. That's
course,
like where
yeah,
it really
yeah.
got bad. But I it just became so like in to just like hate on iDubbbz for I guess his content changing, him maybe not liking his wife for some reason, and but like those
It
reasons are
was
just
the
not
The
the
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
thing,
thing,
the
right?
OnlyFans thing, but
Which
it's
is
like
such a lame thing
the
to like
who
clown
and
on
it's like
somebody
yeah,
for.
it's like
Well,
and
dude, I
honestly,
think you can clown on him for that. This is where I think you're going with it, Harris. Sorry to interrupt, but I
go
don't know if
ahead,
this
go
is the
ahead.
hot take, but it's like, personally, do I think any of his content is anywhere near as good as the cop stuff? No. Do I watch any of his new content? Would I? No. Does that warrant
Would I hit
like,
him with the brick?
yo?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that too. But I did him with the brick. But does it warrant everyone and their mother being like, "Yo, you're a little bitch"? It's like, dude, the guy just
And
doesn't make content you like anymore. And
yeah,
his
with
wife is on OnlyFans. Like, tease him, but
and
there's no need to like.
I used
You
to
don't have to go
watch
that hard.
back in like 20, I don't know, 2016 or 17. I don't know when the series was coming out, but I don't know if you guys have ever watched his like Kickstarter crap series. Did you ever
Yeah, that
watch any
shit
of
was
that?
funny
Like it
too.
was
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
good.
Like
Yeah.
it was a good series, and I thought he's like a funny. Honestly, I'm not even a huge fan of his content cop thing because I just don't really care about YouTube drama that much. But like I thought some of his other material was funny, and then he like pivoted into this creator clash thing, and on one hand, I'm like, well, okay, honestly, the way I look at it is just like he 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 must have made so much. What is going on out there? I hear like
Oh
That
fucking
was
wait.
either a
What?
child or a whale. I'm not sure.
what
Okay,
that
wait.
was.
Okay, that was coming from Zoom. I was so worried for a second. I
I
thought
don't
I
know
was.
what
That
that
it
I
was
thought
your
that
was.
new.
machine rebellion had started.
Weird.
My computer was sounding the horn. Oh my god.
I think iDubbbz made a really smart, an insanely smart. It was a risk, but the business move of just starting Creator Clash at all is going to. It's. I mean, dude, he's gonna retire on this money basically at this point.
He
Like, I
He's
should
been
just
not
don't.
relevant
fight
for a
again though,
long
and
time.
I don't
unless he
think.
gets a new trainer.
I don't think he needs to fight again. I think like the fact that they've done it now 2 years in a row, and this second year they had pretty big names fighting. They had big names commentating. Like it seemed like a lot of famous YouTubers showed up. He has established it as this is going to be around for a long time. And like I on one hand, when I saw him crying, I was kind of like, dude, you gotta take a look around you and like get at. I know it's
Well,
I
I
know
think that's
the
part of why he was crying because he felt so hated, and then to have a room full of people being like, "Eh."
yeah I think and
I'm a big sap. I think it's sweet.
I think it was very genuine and unexpected, and I think probably also a lot of that was a lot of pent up anxiety that he probably felt like Sam Hyde or one of his associates or maybe a fan that it wasn't even affiliated with Sam Hyde, but just somebody that wanted to cause a ruckus. I mean, how many people were in that building? The fact that nothing happened, to my eyes, like the fact that nobody came there to troll or upset like the venue in any way is actually kind of crazy. I was
You're
almost
saying that in
positive
like
that
a
something was
disappointed way.
well
No, dude,
disappointed
no. Yeah, I get
disappointed
what
in
you're
the
saying.
sense of obviously as a viewer, if some shit went down, I would have been like, oh my god, it's spicy. But like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
must have been so nervous that somebody was going to do something. You know what I mean? There was so many people talking shit online, and like I think the fact that it was over, I think that that's
Jover.
kind of why he was crying. It was Jover, and
Yeah.
that there wasn't it went off basically without a hitch is
Bro,
kind of
because
crazy.
it had actually only just begun.
Exactly. It only
did you know
just begun. Yeah.
you mentioned Kickstarter crap, right?
Hmm.
Do you know the lore about that and him and Sam?
No.
Because there's all this like backstory, which is why I think they fight so much. But he mentions it on the documentary. But Sam was making this fake game, and no one knew it was Sam for a very long time. But he was making this. You know those dating simulators on like Steam
Hmm.
where you can date a bunch of different women and have sex with them. It was
Uh-huh.
that, but with like
Very
My
high
Little
IQ
Pony
Giga Chad stuff.
based
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, but it was like My Little Pony, and it had all this like super cringe voice acting. Like they had all these demos set up, and iDubbbz made fun of it on Kickstarter crap. And Sam Hyde, you know more about YouTube, Vosh. What is it when you can pull down someone else's video?
DMCA.
He DMCA'd it,
Hmm.
and iDubbbz was like kind of pissed about it, and Sam
But
sent him in a
why did he DMC just to like troll?
yeah, and because
Probably to with him, yeah.
Sam didn't want it to go viral yet until people paid into it because they were doing a Kickstarter.
Oh wait, was Sam invested in the project?
Sam made the project.
Oh, okay, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
fucking
a
dumb.
secret.
Okay,
It was
I
a
was
secret.
wondering if it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing. Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Are you playing Metroid?
No, I'm not playing Metroid.
All right. But yeah, he didn't know.
I
But
beat
then
Metroid.
he sent
Oh.
iDubbbz an email that I think kind of stuck with him and made him angry. That was like, "I'll release the DMCA if you can squat 270 one
I
time."
remember that from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
documentary.
which is
I
like,
remember that.
damn,
Which
dude.
which is dick, but really funny also. But that's like one of those glimmers of what Sam Hyde's appeal is that he is
Yeah.
he is a chode, but he is funny. Like he
But
does
dude,
do funny shit.
to speak to Sam Hyde's defense, it did seem like that whole documentary was set up to try to take
As a
Sam
gotcha.
down.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Well,
But
Sam does. I mean, it's pretty hard to clown on a comedian, right? Like that's kind of their territory. And if they know how to own the stuff they've done, I think the thing with Sam is like Sam has reprehensible political opinions that he will never like directly defend because they are indefensible. And he's saved here by the fact that he is legitimately an extremely smart and funny person. An idiot, of which there are many people with his political opinions who are idiots, would like have a freak out and then go on some like big like Spurg rant about how like the white race is dying or whatever. But he has I guess the good or like the discipline to keep that shit together and to like keep it all behind 17 veils of irony. Very like, I'm behind so many proxies. So it's really difficult to go after him on anything for that reason, which is why I don't fucking talk about Sam. There's nothing really to talk about there. I think
has he
iDubbbz
challenged you to a fight yet?
I don't think he has, and if I do, I'll just say because people in chat sometimes are like, "Well, what if you fought Sam Hyde?" Which the answer, of course, is I don't want to die. Thank you. I would like to
Dude.
fight people who are weaker and smaller than me. That's my strategy. It usually works out in my favor.
He
Um,
hits like a truck, bro.
he's
I don't know if you
huge.
saw
I mean,
his
he's
match.
a massive fucking
He's
guy.
massive.
He's a
I'm not
huge
gonna
guy.
fight him. Of course not.
Yeah.
So like, no, yeah. Oh, you're backing out because you're scared. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah, I have a okay life. I want to keep it going. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like iDubbbz obviously like grievously miscalculated with the documentary. In terms of like how he handled it and how it went. But fundamentally, right, like that or whatever other mistakes aside, I think iDubbbz is a pretty cool and smart guy, and I think he's funny. And I don't know. I guess I'm glad that things worked out for him in Creator Clash.
Yeah, and I just think that the trolling has gone. It's gotten to a point where it's really not funny anymore.
You're calling
Like I think
for an end to this jihad.
I just think the seeing him get really emotional on stage, that was not forced. That was not a bit. I think he really did. I think he really has been affected by a lot of the trolling, and it kind of just made me feel like, yeah, that would really, I would be kind of like at a boiling point too with that shit if it was like, because also it's a different ballpark also when your wife isn't, your significant other is involved too. Like she's kind of become also a casualty in all of this too.
It's life ruination shit, right? Like it's like going into the family career, the whole 9 yards thing. So of course he's gonna be emotional.
And I mean that's kind of why I also just don't in general like really like YouTube drama shit so much. It's fun to watch sometimes from a sideline, but like people always take shit too far. They take it too seriously, and it just gets like you can't say Sam Hyde has even himself done that much to iDubbbz, but it's the fact that like his behavior encourages other people to do like kind of crazy shit
The
towards
goons.
iDubbbz, the goon squad, and it's like, yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
that's always been the worst of it, right? Because I remember like the Gamergate days, right, where you'd have people like Sargon of Akkad, you know, would make like attack videos on feminists or whatever else. But that was never the worst of it. It was always like, you know, because for every one content creator who knows how to like kind of measure their words, you know, there are like 500 people who are like that political cartoon. They're like, yes sir, I'll take care of it sir, with the like the rifle in front of the TV, you know. Yeah, so it's always that, like it's always the reverberations, because at the end of the day, like most content creators, even the ones who start shit, want to keep living a comfortable life where they get reliable YouTube bucks.
Yes,
they don't.
yes.
Yeah, like it's always, I hope all the worst side effects of this are like downstream fan stuff and not me directly, because everyone wants to live a comfy life.
Very wise.
Yeah,
dude, I didn't realize we were down to 2 minutes. Do we have you
What
for
the
another block,
fuck?
or do you got to go?
do you want
There's no way these are 45-minute blocks.
It's
isn't that
crazy.
crazy? I
It's
know, it's like
crazy.
flying by.
You got. I'm
you wanna
looking
do
at my
one more?
clock. I think you have time for at least 10 minutes.
No, I have time for another block. Yeah.
Let's do another blog. Let's go. I'm having fun. Why not?
Yo, excuse me, based
Sorry.
department.
Oh wait, I'm getting
Gotta
a
make
phone
up
call
for
right
missed
now.
time.
It's
Based?
the base department. Hey, actually, I'm busy right now. I'm
I don't have my phone here.
I got to go on a rant about friend of the podcast, Chris, my gay son, Raygun.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into that when we open, because there's too much. I'm steaming. I will say this is a negative on.
Oh no, I
Creator
like
Clash.
Chris.
Me too. We love Chris. We're very
Yeah,
pro Chris, dude.
he
It
was a
was
great
so
guest.
funny.
He was a great
I'm
guest
always
all the time.
that guy who's like, dude, shut up about cultural appropriation. Like, it's just a guy wearing a sombrero. But there was something so funny seeing Chris Ray Gunn come out to that just like Puerto Rican anthem music and just like waving the Puerto Rican flag, because I was like, dude, are you really that? Are you Puerto Rican? Are you, like, dude? How much Puerto? You I don't know if you're Puerto
can't
Rican
be
enough
that
to
Puerto
be doing this.
Yeah,
dude.
I think that's
I
what
was
our
dying,
Discord
bro.
was saying that shit. They were just like, this dude doesn't even speak Spanish. Like,
Yeah,
what?
even like the most reactionary humans of the planet suddenly adopting like an anti-cultural.
That was me,
appropriation.
and I was like,
yeah, like
to
yeah.
make me go, there's something there, dude. There's
That was
something there.
mad funny. I mean, dude, we're about to run out of time. But this was the other weird part, is the guy that beat Chris Raygun. His speech at the end of it all was so.
Yo, what was
fucking
going on,
perplexing,
dude?
dude.
Yes.
We're gonna get yopped, but that was too funny. I
Vosh,
was
you have
like,
a joke for us?
No, I wanted to hear I don't know what the speech is. I don't have the context on that. Also, I want to know what the drama was with the frog person. I'm missing a lot. I want to be filled in.
Oh, I'll fill you in on
who's the frog
Froggy,
person?
But,
The Froggy 2 or whatever.
we back. Also,
Frog. That's where it cut off last.
Harris just
Frog.
texted
drama.
us this picture.
I
of,
immediately
shoe on head, and I was.
She looks good there.
She
looks
does.
great.
Yeah, she looks very powerful in that picture.
Looks
No
great.
shoes.
Is it funny with when you said what's the drama with the frog person? I immediately thought we were talking about Stinky Katie. That's what I thought. And we hadn't talked about it.
I
in a
hate
while,
that
but-
bitch, bro.
Right,
Dude,
but
she is Cold
irrelevant.
Cut's enemy number one.
I don't know this drama either. I'm
No,
so out of the
it's-
loop.
No, it's not drama.
not
It's
even
us just
drama.
like
It's
hating
us
this one
being
artist
stupid
for no
Uh,
reason. Well, dude,
anyway,
Harris, you start, because I was telling Vosh before we started recording, I didn't even know what a Froggy Fresh was. You did though.
who the guy, like who
Yeah.
he is? Yeah, I actually I think when somebody told me that he used to go by Krispy Kreme, I knew who he was, because I think all the way back in high school somebody showed me a video of him like forever. I mean, he's like he's old YouTube at this point basically, but he's like a rapper and singer. I think of like, mid-level YouTube celebrity. Like I don't think, I don't
Didn't he have a gimmick though, of pretending to have mid-level IQ?
I,
Or am I wrong?
I don't know. I think he's a little bit of a good old boy. Like I don't know where he's from, but I think he's kind of just got that vibe about him. But he
It's
I
a
think
very
he
respectful way of putting it.
I think he is a talented singer. Like, I think he's a pretty good singer
I
and
swear
rapper.
the clips I've seen of him, I've heard he's doing it on purpose, but his nose is like drooling and he's like,
I don't know about that.
no,
Maybe,
dude,
you could be
this is
right.
probably 100% incorrect, dude.
I'm not exactly like a froggy head. I just like know I knew who he was basically, which like
Yeah.
which is more than I honestly can say about some of the other people that were fighting at Creator Clash. There were a lot of people that I was like,
It
I don't know who
literally
the
was
fuck
like
this is.
that Star Wars glup shitto thing where I was
But
like,
kind of,
fucking know
but
who this
I
is.
was also a little bit like, I mean, you know, not to stroke the cold cuts ego too much, but like when we were like looking at some of the fighters and the people that were there, I was like, oh, we've talked to that guy, like we've talked to that guy, I know this
Hey,
We
it
talked to
feels
him,
good. Yeah.
Chris.
It was kind of cool. Like it actually made me think. We talked to Chris. I've communicated with Aaron Hansen a fair amount.
Oh,
like
and then
we've
Rusty in
DM'd,
the
and then Rusty
audience. Yeah.
was
All right,
there.
you're right. You're
I
right.
was actually kind of feeling like, you know what, if we showed up to this, like, oh, and Meowry was there. I've like talked to her a little bit, so it's like
Talk
now
to.
it feels like if we were there, I actually would have been like, oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing?
I would love to stand next to Meowry personally. I
And
think that'd be great.
I think she's also like 6'2". I think
She's
Oh, bro, what?
huge.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go to Florida, bro.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
man.
Florida.
so anyway, we like watching it. I was a little bit like, my first thought was like, we should have gone to this. Like, I kind of was a little disappointed that we did not actually go because we were talking about it. We were even talking about just going to Tampa, not even getting tickets to Creator Clash, but hanging out with everybody outside. And then when
going
everybody,
to the,
and then it's like, yeah, we're all going in. We're sitting over here. We'll see you after. But then not even going inside
stay
and
in
just
the parking lot.
That's good. That's like a
getting
good
drunk.
bit at
Yeah.
like cons though. So you're basically just like carrying that energy to create.
That's kind of, and honestly, that's kind of the cold cuts energy is like cut all corners as humanly possible.
mate.
And
360p.
just like, yeah, and
Yeah,
like
I wanted to go to the Eyes Wide Shut mask party that I'm sure they have afterwards, though. That would have been
right with
You-
the sacrifices of like the like Cubano children or something and the blood.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
And it does make me when I see this kid, the Matan kid who's like the Bill
Was he
Gates,
there?
not the Bill Gates, the Bill Clinton kid. He probably was there. I mean, he's just everywhere. So like when I see those clips of him and he's what in like literally a month and a half become like famous, like literally went from being I don't even know who this is to like one of the most popular
Did you
figures
looking
on
at this
Twitter.
kid who people are like, I hate seeing him, and you're like, that should be us.
No, but that's what
That
I'm
should be
saying.
I
That's what
still
I'm
don't
saying
even.
is
I
that-
don't get what his deal is, and his voice. I find it mildly irritating, and that's the only
Sure.
opinion I have. Now.
But
that accent? Is that Israeli or is that French?
the reason I
It's
like it, I think he's
fake?
Israeli. Well,
I
I'll
think
tell
he's
you,
Israeli. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I know that the name Matan is a Hebrew name, so I think he is Israeli. But but anyway, I see him and where people find like, who the is this annoying kid? I'm like, dude, this kid is marketing genius and actually like I think people forget that you can connect with people and network and get famous actually going physically to places because a lot of people don't do that, including us. We're just here, you know what I mean? But I think
Fuck going outside.
The
You've heard it here,
idea-
folks. You've heard it here first. If you're a Vosh fan, go to his house. Everyone finds his
Yeah,
address.
it's
the
like-
only way.
It's like grab those veins in your neck and just tear them out, tear them right out, dude. The voice in your base.
I hate going to physical events, man. I hate it so much.
I
It might be
Yeah.
better for me if I felt like I'd be able to meet any friends there, but I feel like since the general attitude towards me is a negative one, I feel like I'd go there and it'd be like in the class or like at the bar with everyone like sneering at you with like they all have the cups since like the 20 girls are all looking at you, you know?
maybe, but
also,
Dude,
I hate
can
leaving
you
the house.
imagine
I don't
how
think that would be
uncomfortable
like
it would
that.
be to go to an event and have like a bunch of dudes recognize you and be like, "Yo, you're the pedo guy.
Yeah,
You're
pedo
the
bro,
pedo guy,
yeah.
dude." Can you imagine?
N-word,
And then just
N-word.
having people who don't know anything about this scenario like, why are they calling him pedo guy? Like I would be
Exactly,
like,
yeah, and you
"Dude,
have to,
I
like,
need to
defend-
leave." Yeah.
yeah.
Because what do you can't say in that scenario, you can't just be like, "I'm not the pedo guy." It's
No,
like
you're thinking of another person.
Yeah.
please.
no,
It's
no,
like,
no,
dude,
they're saying
leave.
pita guy because I like eating pita bread. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
big on
exactly.
animal rights, actually.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
a big misunderstanding.
But
God, I wanna
anyway,
fuck
what?
that hot ass pita cow.
But dude,
Sorry,
what you're saying?
That I know
You're-
exactly what you're talking
Oh,
about.
wait, I don't know
Beast.
what you're talking about.
She's like
What are you-
breastfeeding this guy, and it's like, Pete is like, does this
Would
look
you-
right to you? And I'm like, yes, you made the cow an anatomically based body. What do you want from me? I care because her face is a cow. You should see my ex-wife.
This
The
is
woman
furry
was a
shit, man.
cow. Okay,
That's right.
People will make fun of furries and then post shit like this, you know?
all the time. But anyway, all this was about the Froggy Fresh thing, which basically, Froggy Fresh. It sounds like I don't know what led up to it. I don't know exactly what the details are, but he started on Twitter throwing a little shade at iDubbbz and Anissa's mom.
He got in a fight with Anissa's mom, and
I think
then
on Twitter, and
he said something about subscribing to Anissa's OnlyFans.
Well,
something
that's
like
income
that.
for iDubbbz, right? So, like,
I
that's
mean,
actually a compliment.
That's fair.
Based Vosh take.
Based Vosh take. But I think whatever he said, they just I think maybe part of it was also because they caught wind that Froggy was training with Sam Hyde.
I really don't think that matters because what's his name did the first season.
Right. Yeah,
Harley.
the Epic Mealtime guy
Yeah.
was training with him. But I think maybe it was a compounding of that because I think even though Harley had been training with Sam Hyde, there were no like outbursts and maybe he had communicated. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe Froggy did say some shit to iDubbbz that wasn't public that maybe they were like, you know what, buddy, this is my show and you're uninvited. You know what I mean? And which we could absolutely go back and forth and say whether or not that was like a smart move. I don't know if that was the right business move, but
I guess
he was at liberty to do that.
It's kind of a weird scenario because in any professional event, if you started trashing like the organizer, obviously you would get uninvited. That's like a very straightforward. Nobody would like cock their head at that. But then it's like YouTube shit and it's content creators and it's creator clash. So it's like, okay, does it still count? What level of professionalism is actually like expected here? You know?
With wrestling, and some of the other wrestlers did this, obviously not to such a big degree, but part of wrestling, not wrestling, but boxing is like the theatrical lead up where like you pretend to hate each other a little bit and you're trying to push some buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, here's my gripe.
Was Froggy
though.
trying to do that? Is there like a feeling that Froggy was just trying to participate in like the normal level of trash talk, or was this like actual beef?
After the Dad fight, because Dad fought the guy from H3 that
and
one
broke
guy
his rib, dude. He
broke his rib, dude. First of all, I gotta talk about Dad. That guy, Dad, is like, I think in a different lifetime he would have been a crazy athlete because the energy and the stamina on that dude at age like 42 or whatever they said, I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy can.
Bro, they need to actually put him. I don't know if it's because they think he's too old, but they keep literally letting him fight twinks, and it's literally like every match you watch of his, it's like putting a baby versus a nuclear bomb, and it's just like
doesn't look like he tires. Like he was not losing any. But anyway, the reason I brought him up, he
gassed himself a little bit that first round.
Maybe I mean it's hard not to.
Doesn't Hassan do this? Is it just because
he's a weenie, bro?
Sam Hyde? Because
he's a weenie, dude.
He's like the largest guy.
He's a big dude. I don't know why he doesn't do it. Maybe he will next year, but I don't know. I mean, I also get like, if somebody asked me to fight even just somebody in my weight class, I would still just be like, I don't know, dude. Like that's like you got to sign some contracts in the beginning there because you're gonna sustain some injuries. Like
you can lose teeth. I mean, you can
lose teeth. You can get your CTE. You can
your
get like a broken rib. Like
dude, which is up because dude, we got to get into this. But first, we do have a very special live broadcast from the event, and we are checking in with friend of Cold Cuts. Exactly, Chris Ray Gunn. Chris, did you win your match?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
BM.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for that.
Left immediately.
But dude, this was my gripe though. Okay, Chris has done nothing wrong in this entire thing, right?
No.
Well, no.
It literally felt like, okay, so Froggy is on one side, Anissa and iDubbbz are on the other, and Froggy's like, yo, you a hoe to Anissa. And then Anissa and iDubbbz go, oh yeah? Well, how about this? And they bring in a big guy and have him beat up Chris Ray Gunn.
Kick the shit out of Chris.
It's like, dude,
That is how it went
why is
down.
Chris getting punished?
I
Like,
know.
dude, I don't know if you saw this fight, Bosh. This
No.
guy has like 6 inches on Chris.
Yeah, it was not a
Arms
fair
are
fight.
twice the length of Chris's body. Chris couldn't. The one punch Chris landed that I saw was into the back of the head of the referee, who was
I mean,
breaking
yeah,
them up
literally.
because the guy was
Literally.
just pummeling. It was, but dude, don't get me wrong though. I don't want to sound like I'm saying Chris was like
He went
rabid
in there.
dog mode, like
no, I
art
think
of a
he was
champion.
putting it
he was
all
going
out
art of a
there.
champion.
you could
Right.
tell that you could tell he was training, and I mean, he didn't look like he was even getting tired. I think that he would have absolutely kept going if the ref didn't break it up. But it was just like it wasn't a good match. It wasn't a good fight because it was not a good matchup.
It's that picture you see in promotional art for cartoons where the older sister is holding the younger brother's head. And he's
It kind
throwing
of felt
punches
like
and
that.
can't
right,
even
right.
cut-
Well,
like
I mean, he's pretty short, right? So
Yeah,
like,
he's like I think he's like 5'4".
Wait-
this guy was like
I think it
5'10", dude.
Yeah,
but dude,
weight
yeah.
and height are like so much, like to an extent, they kind of like outdo skill and
I
strength.
mean,
I mean, it's
here's-
such a huge.
Well, I
factor.
mean, here's the thing: is that then later on, Harley Morenstein fought a guy that was 7 inches shorter than him because Harley Morenstein said was 6'7".
Harley got worked.
Harley looked like dude. It literally looked like a bodybuilder beating up a goose, like a giant goose. He just like tossed him around the ring. He fell out of the ring.
I don't
Like,
even,
I didn't even
especially
think
if
he laid
you're
a
gonna.
hit. He
Damn
didn't
it.
even land a
Okay.
fucking hit.
I was literally about to say I don't even want to spoil this for you, but as Harris just said, he got punched so hard he falls out of the boxing ring. dude.
That's
Like,
fucking
literally
incredible.
It is
out of the ring.
insane.
That's Kino.
Which it was kind of it was, but also it did also make me think because there were a couple fights where people's limbs or body were slipping through the bottom of the final rope, and it kind of made me think like I don't know if that's a design flaw or because they're amateur boxers, but it made me think that next year they should lay the ring out a little differently because somebody could have gotten like actually f***ed up.
Like
I'm
their
telling
arm
you
snapped or
that.
something.
But, yeah, but
Dude, if
I think
that
they need a
floor was
cage or
filled with
something.
babies and he landed on the
Somebody
babies,
would've-
the babies could have been so injured, dude.
Oh,
Like, it
yeah,
would
no,
not have
and-
been good.
I mean, dude, honestly, fucking all 6-7 of Epic Mealtime fell through the ring onto the commentators table, and Moist Critical was sitting there. Who is like a certified Keebler elf. Like, I mean, that dude would have been smushed immediately
counts
if
as
he
a
was like
baby, yeah.
if he was like 5 inches to the left. They would have been like, has anybody seen Moist? Where is he? Like, where'd he go? And he would have been like, you know, when you jump on a Goomba in Mario,
Yeah.
It's just
and it's like
flattened.
a tiny, and he's like, guys, I'm right here. Anyway.
Dude, I'm gonna round off our talk of this. You guys can both give your opinions. I know Vosh, you still have to watch yours, but there is an important
need to
topic
catch
we
up.
got to talk to Vosh about. But my final take on this, definitely not as exciting as last year. I don't know if you guys saw last year's, and last year's wasn't even the most exciting thing ever. But there were 1 or 2 fights, maybe 3 that were cool, and it was I don't know, humanizing, or it did make me feel a little bad to see iDubbbz cry. So I don't think the event was a huge negative that a lot of haters and shit were implying that like no one was going to show up and shit. And it was about charity, so I think it did go over well, but I did not find it the most exciting thing in the world.
I think it's just cool to have events like this at all. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
I
easy
think-
to
yeah.
manage stuff like this.
But
I
please,
think,
God,
like,
pick more famous people next time, dude.
I mean, dude, I think there are just so many people that are creators, like self-identified as creators with mixed levels of success. And I think having something like this, like an event that the unifying thing between all of them is that they are creators, you know what I mean? Like YouTubers or whatever influencers. I think it's surprising that something like this didn't really exist before. Like most conventions are kind of like niche.
Yeah.
And this one is definitely a good way to invite just like all kinds of people over
I think
there.
kind of
Yeah.
paved the way by the Paul brothers, I think, to be quite honest, because I think they kind of got into that stuff first.
The boxing
and
thing,
it seemed like a
yeah.
lot of people seemed
Oh,
to
that's
follow
right.
suit.
They
Yeah,
did
there
do
is
that.
kind of like a precedent.
Which is why
Um,
I'm actually a little bit surprised that I mean, I don't know who they would fight, but I think they should try to get one of the Paul brothers to fight in one of these. I think like they're a perfect like final bill, top billing person because
You
they
think
I
they're
don't
actually
think
for that?
anyone who fights in any of these would stand a chance, except maybe
I
that
don't
guy
think so
who
either.
crushed Harley. would
That
be
dude
able to
was
kill
pretty
Logan.
intense. I would like to. That would have been a good fight, like seeing the two of them
Yeah.
go head to head.